Hello, everybody. Susan is here. Hi, Susan. So, look, sorry, guys, that mix up. I scheduled the live today on the laptop, and it said it was scheduled for 8 p.m. And then when I went in for the live to go and have it ready, the button wouldn't let me press go live. So I was just kind of waiting. So it wasn't working properly. I don't understand why it didn't schedule when I had it scheduled. But anyway, we're here. So I hope everybody comes back in who was there. Hi, Maureen McCarthy, you're here. Linda, hi, Linda. Thanks, Linda, for the super chat.
Super chat.
Hi, Jill, John, Janice Pounds, Chris Peterson, Karen Cooper, Nadia Brooke, Kathy Myers. You're all here. Welcome in, guys. I set that schedule for that live early this morning, and that's the way it goes. So I'm not going to go and try and do that anymore because it just doesn't work for some reason. Maureen Maher is here. Maureen, thank you so much for the $20, I think, Canadian.
Super chat.
Who else is here, guys? Did I miss anybody? So Sue was here with me this evening. So I have a premiere on, and I think it's 10 p.m. or 10. I'd have to double check that, guys. Give me a second. Premiere tonight at 10:15 p.m. So that's the one.
2 hours.
2 hours time. There's a premiere on tonight, so it's a good one. I love beautiful graveyard and location in County Kilkenny.
Tell him the funny story.
I'll tell you the story as well. Yeah, there's a funny story behind it. Now, I didn't leave it in the video because
It just got messy.
It just got a bit messy, and but basically what happened was we arrived at this location, and I said, right, I got my gimbal and stuff ready and whatever I have, and to start the video. So I started the video, and you'll see later on where I go inside the gate of the graveyard. But when I started the video, hi BEA Bay. When I started the video, I went over and I started reading the first headstone. And when I was reading the headstone, I was saying, the usual, this person died whatever year. And then I heard this bang, bang, bang. And I was thinking, what the hell is all the banging? So I had to stop the video. And the funny thing is that hi Jennifer, when I do videos, or when Sue does videos, we always seem to have this thing when we arrive at a cemetery or a graveyard or a location. Somebody is there walking around, or they'll walk in front of you, or they'll be coming over trying to talk to you when you're doing a video. Not that it knows, but they'll come over anyway saying hello, stuff like that. And this banging started all the time. Hi Rachel as well, welcome in. The banging started, so I stopped the video, and there was this old hall or building that was beside the graveyard, and I walked over. There was these 5 or 6 young teenagers trying to kick a door in. They were kicking and kicking the door, trying to kick it in. So they were that stupid that they never even seen me standing there looking at them. And I was there with the gimbal in my hand looking at these people trying to kick a door in. I hope you can all hear me, because I think they're all talking amongst themselves. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Hi, Anna. If the sound is good and the picture, give us a thumbs up. You can hear us. Thanks, Kathy. So basically, these guys were kicking in the door, right? So I went back over to Sue and I said, there's about 5 or 6 teenagers over there trying to kick a door in, and I said, and I'm trying to do a bloody video. So we were laughing at the thoughts of
them. And I let roar at them to try and...
And Sue shouted at them, and I let another shout, like, hey, get out of there, or whatever. And so They didn't go away.
And they continued to kick.
They
and try and
continued to
break it in.
kick the door and just bang, bang, bang all the time. So we went back up. Sue rang the police because she said, you know, they're breaking into a property.
And it was an old building, like.
And it was an old building. So this police guy comes in, a detective, and he pulls up in the police car and everything like that, goes into the graveyard, finds these young lads and young ones, and eventually, and he warns them, takes their names and told them not to come back to the area again. So I explained why we were there. I was doing a video and stuff like that, but he was very nice. He was chatting to us. He said, I was young myself one time, you know. He said, I know what teenagers are like. He said, but I warned them not to come back.
And we didn't want to get them in trouble.
We didn't want to get them in trouble.
We just wanted them not to break in, like.
Yeah, and I wanted to get my video done as well. So that was more of it. Why are you hiding? Sit in.
I'll come in now in a minute.
She's sitting here and she won't come in and sit down. So the teenagers went anyway, and the police guy was still there, and
we were talking to him for about half an hour.
We were talking to him for about a half an hour. So I had the gimbal like that in my hand, and then when he was driving away, he joked. He said he was from Tipperary. He's a lovely guy. Like, he was great fun and all that. So when he was driving away, he says, "Oh, I hope you won't video me now." He says, "On my what did he say?
Without my seatbelt.
Without my seatbelt on."
And on my phone.
And I'm on my phone driving away. Oh, I said, I'll put it on YouTube, don't worry. So I was joking. So it was funny story when we arrived. You know, sometimes you arrive at these high blue moons. Sometimes you arrive at these locations, and
Will I come in?
What is the most that you gotten, Chris? I don't know, Chris.
What's that mean?
Super chat. What's the most you've ever gotten super chat? I don't really count them, to be honest. Whatever it goes towards the channel, and it goes towards
I have to get my thingy,
travel
my
and
camera.
stuff like that. Even if we travel a lot and we go places. Now we're hoping to go to Cork, down the south of the country soon. There's a very, very interesting story and video I want to cover. Linda knows about it. I think I told Linda, but I don't want to hit anybody up with anything yet and tell you too much. But you know, there's a video I want to do. It's very, very interesting. It's about a young girl. It's a young girl who was made a saint. She died in 1920s, and 50 years later, they dug up her body because they were digging a hole in the plot to put another family member in that grave. And the grave diggers came across her coffin, this young girl. And when they opened the coffin, she looked the very same way as she did of the day of her funeral. So she never did. She was incorrupt. And it actually says on her headstone, her body is incorrupt. So she was made like a saint. And people go to this grave still today, and they reckon that people get cured from pains and, any problems they might have and stuff like that. So there's photos, I think, of the coffin and stuff online. I'd have to search a bit more, but it's a very, very interesting story. I want to cover that one. And the old graveyard is lovely as well. There's a couple of crypts in the same place. So we're hoping to cover that soon in County Cork. So anywhere we go, guys, you know, all these super chats or whatever we get, me and Sue, it goes towards travel.
And
cameras, whatever equipment we have to get and stuff like that. There's Sue's new toy that she bought. It's
left it in the car. Sugar.
It's the drain pipe camera thing, you know, that you'll be able to look inside vaults or crypts and stuff like that. So that's going to come in useful as well. So we'll have that on our trip to Cork. We'll use that in some of those. Hi, Scouse. So we had a great win today, Scouse. We bet Man City 3-1. I was watching the highlights there earlier. But that we're going to use that when we go to Cork.
Well, we'll see a little bit of the video if I play it. We tried it out.
So we tried it out the other day yesterday, actually, we tried it out in an old crypt where there was coffins. So I don't know if you're able to see that, but have a look there and see what you can see. Now that's a leaf,
Yeah,
but you can see a handle of a coffin and stuff like that.
that's the handle there. It was swinging a bit on us. It was quite hard to
Oh, here's Michael Matlock. I have a red earring, it looks like he says here. Look,
Right.
the flower behind
Oh
me.
yeah.
You like it? Bit like George Michael, isn't it?
Yeah.
But anyway, Just May NE. Hi, welcome into the chat. If you're new here to the channel, you're welcome, because I don't think I've seen your name before. We have a great group of people here and we all get on very well. And you'll love it here. So that's the story about the police coming to the graveyard and stuff like that. Very strange. Now we'll show you another little clip here as well. You might be able to see.
That is just a still photo of the handle of the coffin. So it is quite good. The pixels and all of the cameras seem to be quite good. We were just trying it out, really. We didn't do any editing or
Cherry cola, Mo.
anything.
There's my cherry coke. Chris Peterson. Oh my God.
Oh my God, it's Chris from Canada.
Chris from Canada.
Oh,
Will this help the channel? My friends love your stuff, even if you don't like my jokes. LOL. Chris Peterson, thank you so much. 100 Canadian dollars. Wow. I don't think I've ever got that amount before.
no, that's crazy, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chris. And actually, that will help us very much if we're going to Cork, actually, because we're going to have to get a place to stay for the night.
Or sleep in the car. We've done that before in
We,
Cork.
we've slept in the car in Cork.
Push over.
But if we're going to Cork soon, we will have to get someplace like a hotel or a B&B and stuff like that, and they're not very cheap at the moment. So all that
it'll be a
goes.
B&B. We don't go when we stay out. Like we don't go crazy, do we?
No, we don't go crazy. We don't drink or nothing like that. So we just video,
Right.
go to locations, check out stuff and edit and whatever else we have to do. But I hope you like my t-shirt. It's not merch or anything like that, but
This is new merch.
it's my new merch. Look, Gas Monkey.
It's for gas.
It's for Gas Monkey.
No, but we're very white.
It could be the lighting.
My makeup.
Maureen Mara says she wants popcorn. Would you believe it? I don't like popcorn.
I'm not mad about popcorn either. I kind of like the salty version.
The
but
salty, buttery one I
an
like.
odd time I'll have
So-
it. Even when I go to cinema, which is not very often, but when I go, I do pick at the kids' popcorn. I'd never buy one for myself.
Thanks. He said it's a bit tight around. Look at that, Scouse.
I'll let the air out of him now. Look at mine. My muscles are here.
Muscles in the ears.
My muscles hang down. I'm that well built.
Cheap popcorn breaks your teeth.
Who said that?
Look at those guns. Did you see them?
Anyway. Oh yeah, so the one
I
with
think
the guard
Scouse
was
is an
brilliant.
Everton fan. He's just letting on.
No, he's not. Stop, would you? Scouse has to be a Liverpool fan, and if they're not,
Butter kissed toffee popcorn, says Rachel.
Yo,
Is it? I don't know if your name is Hammer or Hamer. Hamer, I'm going to guess.
I'd say Hamer. Is Linda Ball saying wow to your guns?
Linda Ball. She would do that, Linda Ball. Would she?
Oh God!
Aisha. Thank you so much, Aisha from London. One of our best friends from London.
Super chat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Aisha. And I
Aisha.
hope you get better. You're in hospital, I think you were saying.
Oh yeah.
She said she was in hospital.
Oh,
um,
Aisha, I didn't know.
So I hope you get better soon. And
Get well soon.
you won't be stuck there, because there's nowhere worse really than stuck in a hospital.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll bring a few. You can watch a few of our videos, Aisha, but it'll either help you or not. I'm hoping
Yeah.
they'll help you, soothe you, and calm you a little bit. Please God, you'll be better soon.
So that's the plans with Sue has a a couple of videos coming up as well, interesting ones.
I just want to say as well, sorry, these premieres that I've been putting out, this is kind of only going to be while I'm on my summer break from work, because when I return to work, it will go back complete schedule to normal, which would be kind of a Tuesday release and then a premiere Friday. It's just when I'm off and I can afford to stay up a little bit later, it's just nice to connect, which is all, and have the chat, and we have good laughs as well. And just, that way, but it will all go back to normal when we're all back to work and school. But it's nice to be able to, isn't it, to kind of chat, which is as much as possible.
Well, it's what I'd really love to do, and I don't know if it's possible the way these computers are these days, but I don't know if they're going to work with that. But I'd love to do a StreamYard, where we can actually see our subscribers and people who watch our videos face to face, and
I mean, it's possible, I suppose, at this time of the evening
if you
to do that. Now, I'm not very computer literate, and you're definitely not, because your live stream messed up. But we'd have to do it through a StreamYard. And from what I know, when you use StreamYard, I think you have to make anybody that wants to use the StreamYard.
You send a link.
You send a link, and then you have to click the link. So I'm not sure. I don't think you have to have StreamYard downloaded or anything like that. But it would be good crack. I mean, everybody can stay in the chat, but anyone that wants to join us and everyone in the chat can view.
That's not connected. Is that connected to YouTube?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Well, see, I'd love to do a StreamYard with people that you can actually, if you want to play music in the background, or you wanted to say, put on a song that you like, or if someone wants to show us something or explain or talk about anything at all, just that where you don't have to be worrying about copyright stuff and all this, because I'd like people to be let loose and kind of, just be yourselves and chat without having to worry about stuff. And, if you want to talk about stuff or whatever, that we'll all have this group, maybe if there's 10 or 15 or 20 people in the one group, or, and the link is going to be there. So,
and then I think as well with StreamYard, you have the option of showing yourself or not, I think, isn't it? You don't have to have, if you don't want to, you don't have to be, publicly kind of there, but your voice will be there. But I just think it would be lovely to connect with you all, because we have had a few video calls and video chats with some of you, and it would be nice to, we were chatting to Spirit Sister Mo there the other evening. So it would be nice if we could kind of do it where we can all kind of connect, because not everybody has Facebook, not everybody has Instagram and stuff. So I do know that StreamYard gives you that ability to be able to connect to you all. So we'll definitely look into it, and it'll have to happen within the next few weeks before I kind of get myself back to work, and I'll be stressed to the max and the whole lot.
Who's there?
Flame Chef. Sorry, you want to call out a few of the names there?
Flame Chef. Who else?
I did see
Maureen McCarthy with $9.99. Celebrate good times. Thank you, Maureen McCarthy, for the super chat.
And it's not
appreciate it.
Super chat.
So Maureen is actually a member for 4 months now. So
wow,
congrats on that, Maureen, as well. A lot of people here a while now. They're here a couple of months.
Yeah. Now, can I just say something for a minute? I don't know whether any of you will remember, and I bet you I will forget her full name, Liz.
Oh, Stevenson.
Liz Stevenson.
Liz Stevenson.
I haven't heard from Liz in quite a long time. Liz was living in Australia, and I think it was Sydney, Australia. If anybody has her on their Facebook or any kind of connection to her,
we haven't heard from her.
We just haven't heard from her. It's been a few months, and I'm just, I've no way of contacting her. I just want to make sure everything is all right there, So if anybody knows Liz, just kind of, make sure she's all right.
Yeah. So Aisha's on about security guards. I used to work in security myself a while back. So not in a hospital, in a different kind of area.
Oh, Nadia's gone on about, I'll come and hug some security guards.
She's all mad for hugging tonight, the security guards.
I am very
Angela's
white.
journey with multiple sclerosis. Good evening, and how is everyone doing? Good evening, Angela. Question from Maureen, from Mo. How check membership? How do you
I'm
check
not
the
sure.
membership?
Does anybody know how to do that? I know you're there a long time, Mo.
How you put up the, like, some people, I don't even know how to do it myself,
No, I
because
don't
I used to
either.
be a member on a channel, and you know the way you say hi everybody and it comes up highlighted. I don't know how you do that.
Anybody know how to do that? I don't know.
Excuse me. David, welcome, David.
Hi, David.
Another new subscriber, David.
Nana D, Aisha, yes. Nana did message me, and she is here watching. I'm not sure whether she's actually on this stream, but she's okay. She is okay. She did send me a private message, but just to let you know, she is okay. She won't be in the chat as much, but she is fine. She is fine.
Doesn't Liz have a video channel? Kim Martin said.
No, she doesn't.
No. Hi, Tony. He's here. Welcome.
Hello, Tony. I miss Tony.
Tony's up there somewhere.
He's up there, gone up.
You're welcome, Tony. I hope you have lovely chocolate biscuits
There he is.
at work tonight. Cookies and stuff that you do be always showing. Press on the Grave Visitations logo and you'll get your options pop up.
Oh, thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, Rachel.
Fair play, because I tell you, you know nothing.
Nana
There's
D.
Tony. Tony, the schedule did not work for us. It asked us to do to connect our stream.
Yeah, the button,
something.
it wouldn't highlight. The button wouldn't highlight when it came up. And I was sitting there thinking, what do I do next? It's not even coming on. So,
Any ideas, Tony? You're the mastermind.
Tony,
that's
if you want to PM me later, Tony,
yeah, or send us a voicemail
or a voice message, you could.
So the live was scheduled, Tony, right? And when, say it was scheduled for 8, wasn't it? When 8 o'clock came, there was no option to go live, but it said to connect your stream media or something to go live. And then I quickly researched it and wanted me to copy and paste it. I just don't know. I don't know. So we had to...
it's very complicated.
Yeah.
You think you have it right and then it won't work. But
this is an older laptop, Tony. So I wonder is that it's not geared up for...
it's probably the
don't know.
Windows. The Windows need to be updated on it or something.
I don't know.
See, this is so much GV. Thanks.
I will, Mo. I will send all your love to Nana D, and I'm sure she's here watching anyway.
Nana D had I think, did she have an operation?
No, she's just problems with her eyes.
Problems with her eyes and stuff, so she can't really see well with the videos, but she always leaves a comment like a thumbs up
or a love heart
or something. So get well to...
How are we doing? We're
Nana
doing
D.
it through the laptop, Tony, going into the studio and setting it up.
Yeah.
And then we went back into the studio, and where it's scheduled, it says go live, but it never went live.
I done it through the YouTube studio, and it said
on the laptop.
It's on the laptop, and it said it was ready. Aisha says I'll be GV farting on the laptop.
It'll be
me farting on the laptop. Eat all candy up. I'm after giving up chocolate because I was eating too much chocolate.
Yeah.
Hi, Jamie.
We're off the
Live
chocolate, guys. We're off the chocolate.
Maybe it's because it's an old computer. I'm not sure I would have to sit in front of it to try to figure it out.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's old. We need an updated computer.
Well, it was updated. Somebody updated it for me, and it does everything else. So I just don't know. I don't know. The whole computer was updated, so I'm not sure. It's just the live button when it came to 8 o'clock to go live. It didn't give us the option to press to let it start, so we had to come out of it and do a whole new one.
There's a story I think that Sue should do. I looked it up the other day. In County Cork as well, is connected to the famine, and it's a very interesting story. I think you should cover it.
Aisha, I'm not sure actually. I don't know, to be honest with you.
It's supposed to be 92 degrees here in Seattle. Oh, you're from
hot.
Blue Moon. You're from Seattle. I want to go to Seattle because I want to visit Kurt Cobain's house.
Oh, Nirvana.
I'm a Nirvana fan, and I love Kurt Cobain.
And actually, Scott on Tape did
Scott on Tape did it,
and he is currently uploading the fantastic videos of Nirvana.
He's
Kurt
doing
Cobain's
Nirvana stuff, yeah.
house, the van just it's lovely because I am still a big Nirvana.
But what I like
Fan.
about, and there's other channels as well, but what I like about Scott on Tape is he's very respectful when he does videos.
Yeah.
You know, when he goes to these final resting places of people, he's very respectful. And he has the Jewish tradition where he leaves a stone on top of the grave.
Chris knows Scott. Scott, I think, is in Chris's profile. Am I right, Chris?
Yeah, he said he met him, or he was having
Scott is in Chris's profile. He met him at a meetup. Lucky duck. Chris, is he as crazy as what he comes across on YouTube? Like he's like sometimes he gets very distracted.
Yeah.
But then I do as well.
Hi Dan. Dan is here.
Hi Dan, how are you?
Yeah.
I've been to Kurt's house.
Here, I love Nirvana too.
Wow,
Oh,
Blue
wow.
Moon.
I would love to go there. And
Oh wow.
I see people, I watched these videos, Scott's, and the original bench that was outside the home is not there anymore. It was taken away. They replaced it with a different bench. But people actually, there's big gates there now. I don't know what the story is. I was dying to find out who owns the house now. Was it sold to somebody else privately, or does anybody live in the house anymore? I wonder.
It's
People kind of look under the gate, underneath, to get a look instead. Been to Aberdeen, yeah, where Kurt grew up.
wow.
His uncle is still alive, or was alive a couple of years ago, I think. Kurt's uncle. He lives around somewhere around there because somebody done an interview with him on YouTube.
Yeah. Is Chris still here? Chris.
Peterson, are you there?
Chris. But yeah, you were very, very lucky to live. I actually, when I was watching Scott doing, the house and that bench, it was like he was kind of filled with emotion. That it was very extremely. Even though I stayed there, even though Scott had been there before and he had done videos before there, it was like it was still very fresh to him. And when he went back, it was very much like he was caught up in the moment, and he just couldn't believe where he was, and it was kind of lovely to see that as well.
R.I.P. Bernard Cribbins.
Bernard Cribbins. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't.
Was Bernard Cribbins? I'm not sure that name. Was he a band member?
Who was he, Aisha? I'm sorry, I don't recognise the name.
So Rachel says it's empty still, I think, the house.
Chris is multitasking.
So I think there's a way to look up who owns it, but I'm not sure, Tony said, exactly where to look.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
a
imagine
gorgeous
it's
house,
private. I'd imagine it's a private house, and
Yeah, it's overlooking a lake.
Doctor
I think.
Who actor.
Doctor Who. Oh, he's after passing away.
Oh, God, I wouldn't have been a huge Doctor Who fanatic now, I have to say.
And TV star.
The
He
Railway.
was
Oh,
TV
was he,
star.
Aisha? I did watch that now. Well, it's a long time ago since I watched the film, actually.
Another grave that I want to do. If I'm down around the area, but it's far away from it. When you go to a location and you look up where the other one is, it's always further away. But I want to do Oliver Reed's grave that was in Gladiator and a number of other films. I want to do his grave, Oliver Reed.
There's so much we want to do just to get the time and the effort to kind of get yourself
And
out.
the voice of the Wombles as well.
All right. Oh. He did the Railway Children.
The railroad.
I'll have to Google him because his face is not.
The
I just
Railway
can't recall.
Children, was that a book as well, or it sounds like something? The Railway Children sounds like. Do you remember the Famous Five?
Yeah.
I used to watch those on TV. The Famous Five. It overlooks Lake Washington. Yeah, it's a beautiful home he had, or he has still there. And I don't know, was it passed on to the wife?
Oh yeah.
Oh, Doctor Who star. He was 93 years old. What a great
I
age.
do recognise him, of course I do.
93 years old, yeah.
Oh.
Kathy said she looked him up on Google, recognised his face.
Yeah, so did I just now, Kathy. Oh. Oliver Reed was buried in a position so that he could.
have it.
Yeah,
His
that's
favourite
right.
pub. His
You
pub,
knew that, Chris, yeah.
Yeah, his pub is across the road. His favourite pub is only across the road from where he's buried in the graveyard. And they say he used to go in and sit down there and chat to everybody like he was just a normal guy, wasn't, big in himself, like with fame and stuff. Loved his couple of drinks, for sure and stuff like that. But he was buried in a simple little small graveyard with no spectacular looking monuments or
Hi,
nothing.
Susan. I didn't see you in chat.
Bill
Susan.
Sykes and Oliver
Brenda.
as well, Nadia, yeah.
Hi, Brenda.
He was in Oliver and stuff. Bill Sykes, I used to love that as well. Bill Sykes and Oliver and stuff in it. But I suppose I loved him in Gladiator as well.
So Rachel's saying you have to. I think Aisha did say that about getting a key into
Yeah.
the graveyard. So
You
it's
have
in
to
the
get the
pub.
key.
Brilliant.
It's a small graveyard, but you need to get the key. So I hope I'll be able to get the key sometime when we're in that area and do it. But I'm going to do a video on his grave because he's so many stuff he was in. You can't remember them all, but
No.
he was in a lot of stuff. And another thing about Oliver Reed is that he had some very famous interviews on TV where he was interviewed. And he used to come on a lot of the time, he was drunk a lot of the time when he used to come on for the interviews, but he was a funny guy as well, But he died, sadly enough, in Outforan, I think it was.
What wasn't he doing? Making a film at
He
the
was
time?
making, I think it was Gladiator.
Oh, it was.
They were filming Gladiator and he was offset and he was having a competition with sailors in the pub, like a drinking competition. Hi, Kindfly, welcome.
K9 fly.
Or K9 Fly, sorry. He was having a drinking competition with these sailors and he just fell off the stool there, and I think the cause of death was a heart attack or something. And he died in the pub, so it's sad the way he went out. But he had a really whirlwind life, didn't he?
Cilla Black's grave is not in Ireland. We'll leave that one to Dan. You want to do that, Dan?
Cilla's grave's near me, same graveyard as Ken Dodd, Dan said.
Super chat.
K9 Fly 1 for $5. Thank you, K9 Fly 1.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Brenda's here. Brenda Krieger.
I would say
Welcome
Krieger.
in, Krieger. So that's where he's buried. I'm hoping to do that, whatever else around the area, and Sue's hoping to do.
I'm not
video.
sure what I'm doing.
I want her to do this video, but I don't know if the grave is there or not, because it was something got to do with the famine in Cork.
Hello, Kathy
and a
Cousins.
small child. Hi, Kathy Cousins. So I have a premiere tonight, guys. It's on at 10:15 p.m., which is in another what?
Hour and a half.
An hour and a half. Is it?
Sorry.
8:45,
No.
9:45. Yeah,
An hour and a half.
an hour and a half. So don't forget to hit the thumbs up at the premiere, guys, if you're coming in, and it's going to be a good one. There's a bit of a story there from 1920s as well.
Yeah, it's a nice little.
It's a lovely little graveyard with lots of history in it, and lots of lovely monuments and history.
Lovely monuments, actually. Lovely little headstones in
And
here. It's quaint. Actually, where it is a beautiful little village, actually.
it's not actually, there's no church in it, but just a tower.
Yeah.
There's
It's
a tower.
unusual.
I'd never seen a graveyard with just a tower in it, a bell
Like a
tower.
bell tower, yeah.
And there's no actual chapel in it or anything like that in the area.
Yeah. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to release. When we were off video in other places, we drove past where we were driving through a beautiful little tiny village, and we passed a little graveyard or a cemetery, because the church is actually closed, but it's in ruins, but it's completely blocked off even. And anytime we pass cemeteries or graveyards, we always stop and have a look.
Is that the one you did the other day?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
wander around it. But we found some absolutely amazing memorials.
Yeah.
A few new ones.
And a headstone related to America,
Yeah.
relations from America,
And
a headstone as
on
well.
a headstone. Some beautiful memorials. A couple of really old ones and one really, really unique one, and we were kind of blown away by it because it is the only one that's in the cemetery of the likes. There's Nana D.
Nana D. Hi, Nana D.
Hi, Nana. It's the only one of its likes in that cemetery, and the only one I have ever found.
Susan
So
Fabiano.
that will be released tomorrow night, kind of the same time you're releasing tonight. So tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Now,
not only that, but she has that's a brilliant video that's coming up in the graveyard. It was gorgeous as well. But when we were leaving, of course, we always meet somebody. And when we were leaving the graveyard, I seen this old guy.
Actually, he's in. Do you know when I was videoing that last one with the connection to America?
He was standing there.
He waved to us. He was coming in to water the plants, or the flowers, I should say, and he just waved. So you would get a tiny little glimpse of him.
Hi, Karen.
And we ended up talking to him.
So he was there at the grave, and he was putting water on these plants on the grave, and he kind of put his hand up and said hi. So I said, hi, how are you doing? And started talking, and I said, I wasn't trying to be nosy, but I just kind of said, did you lose a family member? I'm sorry for your troubles if you did. And he said, my wife died about only 1 week. She was only dead 1 week. And he was putting flowers on the grave.
Well, he was watering them.
So he was explaining to us about, she died, she was sick for a while and stuff like that.
She had a brain tumor.
A brain tumor she had. And when we were leaving, then he was leaving and closing the gate, and he's not living far from the graveyard, so
just across the road.
So
it was very sad.
It's very sad.
And he too had cancer. They were kind of battling it together.
Yeah.
And he came through, and she didn't. She had quite an aggressive cancer.
We were both going to the doctor. He said, because I had cancer as well, in the bowel, I think he said, and thank God he was cured and stuff. But then he lost his wife. Right, Tony, thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks for coming in. So he lost his wife, surely a week dead and stuff. And, when you talk to people at graves, we always...
it was so touching. You could see it in his eyes how lost he was, really.
Yeah.
But, he had... they had suffered a lot together. And then he was... Actually, when he was going through his treatment... He was thinking of her, if anything happens to me, what will happen to her? And in the end, she died, and she had a brain tumor, and it was quite aggressive. They had tried everything. And, it's just so sad to, it really brings it home to, we are videoing everybody's sorrow at some stage, be it, we don't ever video new graves, but, we've video ones from the 1700s and all. And I mean, at that, when they passed and they were being buried, they too were going through exactly what he was showing to us, that awful loss, that emotion. And, it just kind of brings it all home to you that we are remembering those forgotten. That was why I started my channel initially anyway. And I mean, it still is there, but I've kind of grown to the sense of also, remembering people. Yes. The beautiful memorials, the old stones, the craftsmanship, all of that, the history of areas. So I've kind of branched out to that, but it really brought it home to me that that's it. It is about that sorrow that family felt at that moment in time. And, they too were burying their loved one,
Yeah, well, Chris was saying it there as well. He comes across people at cemeteries like that as well, where he talks to them, and he said it's comforting for some people to talk,
Dan,
Chris.
Oh,
Chris Peters.
Oh, he does say that. Yeah, he
comes across people. So it is comforting, some people probably, and I understand, they might want to stand there and say a couple of prayers or talk to their loved one, and they don't want to be disturbed. But then there's actually other people who, love to talk about the person that passed away and tell you funny stuff about what they used to be like, and joking and stuff like that, and the good times. And
Dan, I was a bit like you, where I was like, I don't want to upset them. They're upset enough, so I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to bring up the subject. But I have learned that they want to talk.
I'm the total opposite. I'm a people person.
Well, I'm not saying I'm not a prideful person.
No, but
I'm just framing it in when someone is visiting their family grave. I used to years ago. I used to think, or do you know, if somebody you knew died and you don't want to approach their family because you
No.
don't want to upset them, you know, going, oh, if I ask them how they are, I'm just going to bring it back to them. It's there with them regardless, and people do want to talk about their loved ones that they have lost and all of that stuff. And yeah, he is definitely a people. I wouldn't ever
I like talking to people, and I like
talking.
chatterboxing all the time. Just love talking, and I love interacting with people. I could stand at a cemetery for a whole hour talking to somebody that I never met in my life, and I only met them that day, and we get on like we knew each other all our lives. We just
Yeah.
start chatting about their family, my family, everything, and it's nice to kind of interact. You know, you see in different parts of cemeteries in different parts of the world, culture is different, people are different, and maybe they wouldn't be come across as friendly, you know, in different parts. Like you go to different parts of Ireland and the people wouldn't be as friendly as people in another county. They're different, you know. But I like talking to people, and I like getting to know. When I was in Galway, when you done the Tuam one,
Yeah.
I met that woman who lost her husband. He fell off a roof at
Yeah.
work and had an accident and died. She was talking to me about her husband and everything like that, and Liverpool fan he was, and you know, just chatting away. And she was laughing about, you know, the way he was about the matches. He used to be shouting and roaring at the TV when Liverpool were playing. And I said, I'm the very same. I said, you know, stuff like that. So
Maureen, I am delighted that you beat it. Fair play to you.
for
Fair
which
play, Maureen. There.
Angela's
Here.
cancer, terrible disease. I was so lucky that I beat it, Maureen McCarthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a blessing to anybody that comes across, you know, and gets rid of it, you know, and it's gone once and for all, because it's a terrible, terrible disease.
And then Rachel says, remember this, we are all atoms, the plants and everything solid. This is all energy, and energy does not die. And I completely agree with you there, Rachel, 100%. Definitely. And
That
like you,
sucks.
I'm very hesitant to touch on what is private, but we all
Yeah, that
in this
sucks.
chat because
I have
we
lost so
want to
many
interact.
people, especially to cancer. It's horrible, but it helps to talk to those.
It does actually, yeah.
Yeah, people who are left. I even swore that I wouldn't go to any funerals because it was sad and stressful.
I was the same, Chris.
I
Very,
don't-
very same.
Yeah, I don't really like going to funerals either. I went to my friend's there a couple of weeks back that died, lifelong friend he was of the family, and I walked into the corpse house, and I thought, I don't know what I'd be able to do it, because I haven't been in one of those for a long, long time. But you know what, I was thinking in my own mind then, you know, one of my own family, you know, the time is going to come where we're going to have to go to these places regardless. We've no choice. So, but there's one thing about me, I don't know, I have this strange thing, and it's strange because what I do in the channel and stuff with graves and videos, but I hate coffins. When I touch them, I wouldn't touch a coffin. I don't know why. It's a very strange thing, but I won't touch a coffin, or I hate to be around a hearse or something like that.
And I am the opposite.
I won't even touch a hearse. That's how.
I will, and I will touch a coffin, and I would gladly,
Or
not
a dead
gladly, I
person.
don't mean gladly, but I would. And I have kissed loved ones goodbye while they've been waked. I have.
Yeah.
It's something I don't fear, I suppose.
Yeah. Lost is lost. It's hard for the living.
Yeah, it's true.
It is, but it's hard when you lose somebody in your life. And
The older we get, the more friends and family we lose. That is very true, Kathy. I do agree
time
with
waits
that.
for nobody.
Yeah.
You know, the last time I was home, I was saying the amount of people, I said to one of my family one day, I said, you know, all the people that's dead now, I said, you'd never think that these people would be gone out of your life, that times have changed so much. You know, the old generation, the old people that you knew growing up all your life, and all these people are fading away and just passing away, and times are changing, and it's strange.
I
you know?
suppose it's something that we have to, and this is the whether strange is the right word, I don't know. I mean, I love my channel, obviously, and I love doing what I do. And I've often said it, and it's probably strange for people to hear this, but I'm probably the happiest when I'm out videoing and in those cemeteries and all that stuff. Um, but I have a huge fear of dying, a huge fear. I mean, I'm not probably as bad as what I used to be, but I mean, years ago, I would be driving the car and I would get this thing of, God forbid, if I crashed the car, you know, that kind of on to almost the point where I'm choking up and nearly crying because it's so terrifying for me, you
Yeah.
know. But then I've heard of other people when they're very, very sick and they know that their time is coming, they get great peace. And that's kind of nice to hear as well, that they feel peace before they go. And to be honest, I've lost close ones too, and I've been to their wakes, and you know, it's like there is, especially when they have suffered, it is like there's peace on their face, and that gives everybody around them that sense of, you know, thank God they are at peace now. They've moved on, you know.
Chris says, I had a friend who passed away from a heart attack in her sleep just last month. Found her in bed covered in her cats. She was only 46 years old. Wow.
Chris,
That's
sad.
sad.
Yeah, that's too young.
So it sounds like she was living on her own, I'd say, was she? But her cats, and
Her cat's dead with her. Her sister found her.
I'm not afraid of dying, Brenda said. I'm afraid of suffering.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know the way you think about how you're going to go when when your time comes, and you'd hope that you die in your sleep or something like that. But Jennifer, when I was a child, I was pretty much forced in front of my grandfather's wake. It was an open casket.
yeah.
You see, that's what happens. I see.
That gives you the fear, maybe.
It gives you the fear. Like, I remember my grandfather when he died in front of me and all of us. Just died there. And I remember the undertaker coming into the house and bringing the coffin into the sitting room and putting him into the coffin and stuff. And I was only about 12, I think, at the time, 11 or 12 maybe. So it's something you never really forget, you know, when someone passes away. And it's
you know,
in the
sorry,
strange circumstances as well.
I had this weird thing happen to me years and years ago. There's two things actually happened to me years and years ago during labour. And it was quite a stressful labour. I had a very stressful pregnancy. I had diabetes and I was ended up on crutches and I was very, very sick. So it was an induced labour. But anyway, it was going on over 3 days and I was exhausted. And they were giving me the epidural. And I remember when I was getting the epidural, the whole room, it went like into a tunnel. Everything went black. The voices kind of went off slowly into the distance. And in my own mind, I was aware of what was happening. And I thought to myself, Suzanne, you're dying. And I felt no fear whatsoever. It was very peaceful. And I had more or less assigned to myself that that was the way I was going. And I felt no fear. And after probably only a few seconds, although it did feel like a lot longer, I just suddenly was back. The machines were making noise. The doctors, the nurses were all around me. And it was like they had not noticed any different. Now, I don't know whether I passed out or something else had happened. I'm sure I was probably rigged up the heart machine, so it probably wasn't. But for that few seconds, I did feel at peace. And then about 2 years ago, I had a major operation. And I was texting my mammy. I was waiting to go down to theatre and I was texting my mammy and she was wishing me all the best and all the rest. And I said to her, I said, look, if it's my time to go, it's okay, like. And it was just something that I felt like, you know, which is kind of, I won't say a nice feeling, but it was like I resigned that if something happened to me in the theatre that I was okay with it, you know, that kind of a way. And it was just two things. And after the operation, when I had just come out because I was on morphine and stuff, and I was feeling really groggy and sick and I was vomiting and all the rest. And a nurse was helping me to sit up into the bed. And just under my arm, I found stuck to my side a silver heart. And I pulled it off and I said to the nurse, where did that come out of? And she goes, oh my God, what have you got? And I showed her and she goes, that's a silver heart. And I said, yeah. I said, where did it come out of? And I said, is it something they put on in the theatre, you know, when you're rigged up to all the wires? And she went, no, we don't use anything fancy like that. And she said, did one of the kids make a card for you? And I said, they did, but there was nothing stuck on them. They were just colouring sheets and they were beside the bed. And she said, wow, that's something very, very strange. She said, it's a message from heaven. And I said, well, I did lose somebody very close to me. And I actually do believe to this day that it is something that was sent to me by that particular person. Just to
white feathers and everything like that.
white feathers we get a lot,
those
but that
things.
silver heart is just, you know, I can't explain it. I just can't.
So,
And I still actually have it on my phone. That's it.
that's the heart, yeah?
Yeah,
The silver heart.
I still have it.
So you get all signs like that from above. I think, you know, that people are letting you know they're there. Even stuff like a song on the radio could play at a certain time. You know, you get a certain smell of an aftershave or perfume or roses or flowers.
Yeah.
Or, you know, if your grandfather died and he used to smoke a pipe or a cigar and you get a smell of, you know, tobacco, stuff like that. People often get that and they say, oh, that's him. I know he's here.
Chris, I have a quick story. It's very interesting if you would like to hear it. Yes, please.
Yeah, please, Chris.
Absolutely, share.
So I met a cat on this video tonight
yeah.
again. Another cat in the old graveyard came across and he disappeared wherever he went. The strange ghost cat, I call him.
There was, do you know something? It was a strange cat. He arrived when we arrived, out of nowhere. And then when you went to video, like even when the guard came and all the rest, or the police, he kind of he wasn't around. And then when the police went, he came back and he sat down. I was having a cup of tea or a cup of coffee with Ollie, and the cat came around and sat with us. When you appeared again, he legged it back over to you and got up on the wall and was with you, and he went in on a headstone, didn't he?
He went in and lied on a grave.
Yeah,
One certain grave.
And then the strangest thing was, we were all in the car ready to go, and I seen the cat come towards the car, and I said, where is the cat gone? He's hardly gone in under the car. So we kind of sat for a while and the cat was nowhere to be seen.
No. And the funny thing is, the cat lied on a grave that had no inscription on it. I think it was just a cross that was on it. There was no inscription or name.
Missing Chris's story now, hold on. Let's start with there.
Shanty Bell said there, smell brings back memories. That's very true.
Yeah,
Every
that
time
is
I
true.
smell fresh cut grass or stuff, it reminds me of school or anything.
Angela's journey with multiple sclerosis. My multiple sclerosis, which I have had for 20 years, has rendered me housebound last couple of years. Well, I hope when we're chatting here, it gives you a little bit of
Angela, yeah.
some sort of connection.
Comfort and our videos.
Yeah.
Like I said it before, you know, people that can't get out of their homes and they watch our videos where we go around and show you places that you can't get to, where you wouldn't be able to go. We hope that we can bring these places to your living room. You know?
Chris, my mom's mother died when she was 37.
1962.
When I was 9, we were moving to BC, and my mum hadn't been to the grave in years. My dad and mum searched the cemetery for hours, but they couldn't find her grave. That has actually happened to me, Chris, where I know for a fact somebody is buried and I cannot find their. I think as the cemetery gets bigger and more people are buried, it just, your bearings as well kind of get lost. There was something else there from Sugar. I think I've lost it now.
Angela, my friend's mother passed away actually about 2 or 3 years ago. She had multiple sclerosis as well. Very sad. Lovely woman she was, and she ended up having cancer as well.
Oh wow. Kathy.
I was at the graveside service for my husband and was sitting in the front row.
Okay, there's going to be more to that. Chris is saying, sorry, the chat won't let him give the full story. So, Kathy, there was a colourful spray of roses on top of his casket. There was no wind blowing, but the batch of yellow roses fell right at my feet. And we'll have to wait. Obviously, the chat is not letting you guys fill in a story. It's another pain with YouTube, really, isn't it?
I think it's that's
Spam thing,
spamming
is it?
thing
Oh.
because you're using too much.
Oh yeah, this is Yellow Roses was the theme of her wedding. It was his favorite
colour.
Oh, Kathy, that's beautiful.
See, it does,
That's a lovely sign to get.
it does make sense.
Now, Chris is saying the rest of the story. So when we were leaving, a tree branch caught the back of my mum's long hair. She looked down and there was the grave of my grandmother.
Oh wow!
Oh, Chris. Oh, I'm actually getting shivers between
So did I.
Kathy's story, Kathy's story and
It's
Chris's
just
story.
That's crazy, isn't it?
I love, you know,
But it's like it's like
it's a
it
message.
was meant to happen.
Yeah, that is
Her
a message.
hair was meant to get caught in that tree branch, and
And
she was meant to find that grave.
Kathy's husband was sending her
And Kathy's, with the yellow roses.
Mm.
So there's always signs. You know what I love? I think I posted on my community page before about the robin, the woman that went to see her little boy that died. He died. He had a sickness and he died very young. But the robin landed flew on the headstone, and then he flew over to the woman, and he came on her hand,
Yeah.
and then he was on her foot when she was lying down at the
And she was
The
talking
graveyard.
to it like it was her.
She was
loved
talking
one.
and crying as well and
Yeah.
stuff. So, and the one about the balloon, if you've ever seen that as well, where the boy died, a little boy, and the balloons, they had a load of white balloons for the child's funeral, but one of the balloons started floating over on its own
Yeah.
and came right into the mother's hand, like he was handing her the balloon.
Mm.
The little
And there
boy.
was actually another video I seen of where they let off. It must have been a birthday or something, and they let off a load of balloons in the graveyard, and they all went up into the sky, and one went up so far and it came down and circled and went back to the grave that they were, obviously that the person that they were mourning for was there.
The song I chose to play for the event was "The Rose" by Randy. Randy's.
Some say you love him.
The Rose, yeah. At my late mum's funeral, says DECP, the music all worked perfectly except one song. My brothers asked me what it was and then told it was a song
She
she
never
never
liked. Wow. That
Wow.
was a sign that she didn't like that song
Yeah.
and you were not to play it.
It is a sign, says Chris.
Yeah.
The story gives me chills too, but they're very neat at the same time.
Yeah.
But what's the odds of that happening, that you can't find a grave, not even on find a grave? And this branch was the whole start to finding the grave. You know, it's crazy that it caught her hair and she looked down. You know, you find sometimes you walk into a graveyard, and if we're looking for a grave and you could walk past it, but something, you know, you stop talking to a person there and the grave could be there beside you.
Read Danster.
Dan says, my auntie and best friend from school died within a month of each other. I couldn't bear going to his funeral and didn't know where he was buried. When I went to my auntie's grave, his was behind hers.
Oh, that's lovely.
Well, I was going to do a video when I was in Galway last. Do you remember that cemetery? And it's all connected around my life, really. Friends,
Yeah.
school teachers, friends from school, they're all buried in the one cemetery. People from the past who are in some way, I suppose, connected through my life growing up, you know. So I probably will, if I'm down that way, do it. Because there's a lot of young people that went to school with me that passed away very, very young. And it's sad to see all their graves, you know.
Rachel says robins and clocks have always played a part in our family's deaths.
Yeah, the robin, some say the robin is a sign of death, that he brings a message of, you know, someone's going to pass away in your family. And then other people say it's someone from the spirit world coming to say hello, a robin.
Yeah. Jennifer says, my great grandmother knew her son died before her daughter-in-law called. He had come by while she was asleep and said goodbye to his mother. She outlived all her 3 sons and 1 daughter. Wow, Jennifer. That is an amazing story. Mo saying, I will never know.
Everybody has their own. Everybody has their own beliefs, I suppose, and opinions about stuff. I have mine. I'm sure people on here, there, but we don't ever want on the channel to get mixed up with religion.
Yeah.
Kind of get wires crossed, and then there's
We're
an
more
argument over religion.
spiritual, I suppose.
Spiritual, yeah. Now everybody has their own opinions and stuff like that about spiritual stuff, or people giving you signs, or so all we can do is respect people's opinion, and that's their opinion.
Kathy says they are telling us they are still there among us. I know Randy was there that day. Many times I felt Randy standing behind me while I was sitting there. I felt his love. That went on for a number of years. They also say, Kathy, that they stay with you while you need them there. And when they feel that you're strong enough and, you don't need to feel that present as much, they kind of take a step back, I suppose, in that sense, but they're definitely always there, always. I think you have to be very open to it as well. I think if you close yourself off to it, it becomes harder for them to kind of let you know that they are around you,
Yeah.
Maureen, Mo, sorry, we will one day soon. I think, yeah, Mo, I think you will find out
Would you believe it?
about your mom for sure.
I was talking, so you were doing the video in Kilkenny the other day, and I met these two people that were from Monaghan, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Up the north, and I started talking to them, of course, again. And we were talking about a Belfast, that we're hoping to try and go to Belfast. I said we do videos and stuff, and I said there's a cemetery in Belfast where there's a wall underneath the ground that actually separates Protestants from Catholics.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was there talking to him, the guy with his wife, they were having like a picnic or something, and I said, what the funny thing is, I said, if I met a Protestant person today, I said I wouldn't have any problem.
No.
I would say, hello, how are you? I talk to them like I'm talking to anybody. And he said, well, that's good. He said, and he laughed. He said, because we're Protestant. And I said, well, there you go. I said, I didn't even know you were Protestant, but it doesn't bother me anyway. I said,
Not a bit.
I don't judge people by their religion or whatever. So everybody, we're all human beings, I said to him at the end of the day. But he did turn around and say to me, well, in all fairness, he said, that wall in the cemetery in Belfast separating people even in death, he said, is a bit silly. I think he said it's a bit silly that you would even separate people in death.
Yeah,
which
it is. Kathy said, I've gotten quite emotional bringing up these memories. Oh.
It's nice to think about people, and memories. You can't buy memories. Memories are priceless, and I always say that photographs and stuff like that are great to have as well.
Mm.
You have a photograph, that's all you have is a photograph of a person. Memories, you have memories in your head. It's like you store all these lovely memories in your head of times gone by, and that's all you have, really.
Susan Dawson says, I will never understand the separation by religion. No, nor me. Chris, chat has gone a bit mad. When my mum died from cancer 3 years ago, sorry about that, Chris, she died in her house. The day she passed away, I slept in her living room so that I could sort things out the next morning. I was woken in the night. I swear it was voices too. One was my mum and the other was my Uncle Bob, who came to take his baby sister to heaven. I think she was worried about me. Oh.
Sorry to hear about your mum, Chris. And we were already talking about that before, about cancer and stuff like that, that it's so sad. And, it's something that's in a family, really, I think. And, it's just, I don't know, it's just a terrible thing to have. Especially when, somebody passes away like that from cancer, that they never got a chance in life, to...
Aisha has to go. Take care, Aisha.
Aisha, thanks for coming in, and get well soon.
God is God. That's true, Mo. It's everywhere. It's in the trees, in the grass.
We were born
birds,
under one
animals.
sky. This is Rachel. Born under one sky and breathe the same air. My partner is from Morocco and a Muslim, but he is BH. It doesn't make a difference where you're from, what religion you have. To me, it doesn't anyway. There's too much hatred going on in the world at the moment. People, people hating each other for no reason, and it doesn't make sense.
Life is
very short. You have to live every day the best you can, do what you can.
With whatever you're given.
And whatever you're given, and haters will be haters. It's like trolls. You get trolls on YouTube and everything like that. These people don't realise there's more important things in life than begrudging and saying silly things.
My friend's first partner was killed in a car crash 19 years when her daughter was 2 and lost her husband in January with bowel cancer. Yeah, some people get it so tough. So hard.
I think 9:15.
Is it? Wow.
We'll have to hit the road, guys, soon because it's 9:15 and I have a premiere in another hour exactly. So I'm going to chill out before.
My brother just comes in now. We're going.
David, you came in very late. But you're welcome.
Yeah.
It's easier to type things when you don't come face to face with them. But as I said, hopefully, guys, we're going to have try and do a StreamYard sometime, both of us. And we can always come on and try and get people on. There's different screens. 5 or 6 different screens where people can talk. And we'd all get to see each other and chat on it and stuff. I think it might be nice to do it, Jennifer says, my maternal grandfather spent 2.5 months in 2 hospitals with lung cancer, died 6 days after he came home on St. Paddy's Day. He was Scotch-Irish. His last words to his wife was, I love you.
Oh. Chris says, we can talk to each other. Who needs grief counsellors or therapists? Such great people here. That is true, Chris. We have a great bunch. My mother Sparks, have a great night. You too is listening.
Thanks, MMS, for coming in.
Thanks, MMS.
Good night, all. Thanks, Sue and GV.
Very welcome,
Good night from South Africa, I think she's from. So, guys, I'm going to leave it at that because the premieres, I hope to see you all on the premiere. If you're coming over, it's a good one. We can all chat again.
Nana D, night.
Nana D, good night. Kathy Myers, everyone else that's there. Linda B.
Ball, what time is your thing on? So in an hour.
In an hour. So, guys, I'm going to say goodbye and God bless and peace out. And I'll talk to you very, very soon on the premiere in an hour's time.
And then tomorrow night, I usually go live of a Sunday.
And Sue will be live tomorrow.
And I'm trying to think of doing something a little bit different. Maybe an old quiz or hangman.
Hangman. Would you like a game of hangman?
We could do boys against girls.
Men against women. Yeah, hangman.
We're only boys and girls here. We're not men and women.
So the men get to pick a letter.
Yeah.
And if that's letters, how many letters are in it? In the word. So if you get 2 or 3, the men or whatever like that, and the women take.
It's a typical game of hangman, but it'll come from you. The letters, you will spout out the letters. We'll go girls first, boys next, or something.
It's a bit of fun.
It's just a bit of fun. It'll probably go. I was going to say something that I can't. It'll go tee up if anyone knows.
It'll go belly up.
Yeah, belly up. That's what I meant to say. Just a bit of fun. We'll have to work out a few hard words, probably channel related, cemetery related, that
Liz
kind of stuff.
Liz says no contest, girl power, she says.
Chris, why
did the vampire read the New York Times? He heard it had great circulation.
Good man, Chris.
Oh, Chris,
he's gassed.
You're good with the jokes.
Yeah. So would you be into doing that, having a game of hangman or a quiz or something a bit more fun and lively?
The men against the women. So come on, lads. Don't let me down. And I'm not going to schedule the live, but I will give you say an hour's notice. I hope there's a couple of brain boxes. Yeah. In the group. Whiz kids. A few whiz kids, yeah.
Yeah, Jennifer's up for that.
Angela, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Angela. Take care of yourself. It'd be a bit of fun. I think it'd be a bit of a laugh.
It'd
We
be
can have
fun,
a laugh.
yeah. It'd be
Women
fun.
against boys is my
And there might be a prize, you never know. Like a Serenity Sue t-shirt or something like that.
Yeah. So, well, that's going to take weeks because I'd have to get it here to ship it off. But we'll do something anyway,
Is
and
David
we'll sort
brainy?
something. David is brainy, yeah.
David, are you full of brains? Because you can be on our side, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to put on a wig and I could join.
Oh, he's got. You can do.
women's.
What do you call it when you're? What's the person called that's hosting? The
the MC.
MC. You can be the MC.
Master of Ceremony.
We'll put a wig on him and a shirt on him. What do
Welcome.
you reckon? We'll have a good old laugh anyway, for sure.
Welcome to Hangman.
And
I'm your host. Great visitation.
as we have seen here tonight in the chat, some of our fantastic subscribers are at home. Some are not very well at the moment. And I think it's just great that we can all get in to have a good chat. And I think if we can do a game at least once a week for everyone, get all our spirits up and have a good, as long as you don't fall out in the chat.
Don't fall out in the chat and say, I said
I said
first,
that letter first.
and I said P first, and she said, no, I said it first, or he said, I said R. Or
And what I might do is actually, now that I think of it, is put the chat on slow mode.
yeah.
So you will all get an equal chance to reply because the chat goes quite fast here. And I know everybody is not able to type as quick as some. So just to make it even, I'll try and put it on a slow mode.
I will, boy, I'll eat candy.
No, we're off chocolate.
I'm off chocolate, but I'll eat a small bit of candy, sweets or something.
We're eating rice cakes. Wow.
DEC, prayers to all. Prayers to all who need lifted from their burden. See you at the premiere. Cheers, DECP. Mike Hicks, hello. I almost missed it. Hi, Mike. Welcome. We're just going, actually. But the premiere is on in just under an hour. If you want to pop over there, guys.
Yeah.
Don't forget to hit the thumbs up on the premiere video.
Yeah, very important, guys, to let the channels grow.
It puts the channel out there and makes it grow.
Yeah.
So we get more super people to join our group and have fun and chat and everything else.
Chocolate rice cakes, yeah, it is.
Chocolate rice
That's
cakes
the
are
only
lovely.
chocolate we're having.
They're lovely. The
I'm
chocolate.
lactose intolerant MMS, and I swear to God, I just have to stop. That's just enough for me now. I've had enough of that. Anyway, so guys, take care. God bless.
God bless, guys. And as I always say, I'll see you when I get my glasses.
That's
So,
going to be on his merch.
yeah, I'll have a pair of glasses with GV written on them.
Yeah.
See you soon or something written on them.
All right, guys. Bye.
But take care, guys. See you soon at
Bye,
the premiere.
bye-bye.
God bless.